It was an opening day defeat for the bookmakers' favourites Carlisle, who had tipped to win promotion. There seemed no danger of that when Warren Aspinall struck first for United, but their lead lasted a mere 5 minutes. Rovers, who lost out in the playoffs last May, are determined to go one better this time round. Billy Clark pulled them level. The highly rated Marcus Stewart showed there's no substitute for class. With finishes like this, his days at Twerton Park are surely numbered. Twice Brentford led at Bootham Crescent, twice they were pegged back. Dave Webb's team, who were fancied to challenge for honours, got off to a flyer, with Paul Smith knocking in Nicky Forster's perfect centre at the second attempt. Paul Baker put York back on level terms with a headed goal from a well-worked set piece. Nicky Forster, a target for a number of top clubs, restored Brentford's lead. Once the striker got goal side of the home defence, there was only ever one outcome. Many sides would have buckled, but to York City's credit, they refused to go under, and Paul Barnes had the last word. New Wycombe boss Alan Smith saw his team outclassed for long periods, but still come away with a point. Crewe's opener inside a quarter of an hour was fully deserved. Danny Murphy finishing off the move. When Jason Cousins was red-carded and Wycombe were reduced to 10 men, an equaliser seemed an unlikely prospect. But Steve McGavin battled on, won a penalty, and his spot kick earned Wycombe a draw. Alan Smith was less than impressed. His first-team squad was forced to turn in for Sunday morning training. It was all about penalties at Turf Moor, where Sean Goater coped well with the home crowd and the pressure to shoot Rotherham in front. Burnley, spurred on by a bumper crowd of nearly 10,500, were level 10 minutes later. David Ayres, again from the penalty spots. Burnley went in search of the winner. Ted McMinn provided Tony Philliskirk with a sort of cross all strikers thrive on, and Philliskirk produced a match-winning header. There's no sign of an end to Brighton's summer of turmoil. Simon Clark, with his first league goal, put Peterborough in front, but the hero of the moment became the villain of the piece with an own goal of rare quality. Sean Farrell restored the home side's advantage, with visiting keeper Nicky Rust left badly exposed. And Gary Martindale, signed on a free transfer from Tranmere, made it a debut to remember with a third. On this evidence, Brighton manager Liam Brady needs to strengthen his defence, and soon. Swansea's Carl Heggs made his mark on this match with a goal on his debut following a summer move from West Brom. Swansea hadn't won on the first day of the season since 1988, but they put that record firmly behind them. John Cornforth, with Swansea's second, made sure of that. Even keeper Roger Freestone got in on the act from the penalty spots. He was one of two goalkeepers to find the nets on day one of the new season. Steve Antrobus's late strike, although expertly taken, was no more than a consolation. Oxford supporters won't be getting too carried away by this early success. Last season they topped the table till Christmas and then fell away badly. Chris Allen with the game's only goal. Steve McMahon's Swindon side made a winning start. Paul Bodin came off the substitutes bench to set up Steve Finney for the winner. Finney, signed on a free from Manchester City during the summer, looks a useful purchase. Poor Joe Jordan, who's still recovering from last season's unsuccessful relegation fight, saw his Bristol City side fall behind in just 12 seconds. He'd hardly taken his seat in the dugout when James Quinn netted the quickest goal of the season. City, who are hoping to bounce back at the first attempt, recover their composure. David Seal capped an impressive showing with an exceptional equaliser. County, who've been relegated twice in the last 4 years, are tipped to go straight back up. Phil Turner's long-range strike put the Nottingham outfits in the driving seat, with the keeper hopelessly out of position. Wrexham, trying to come to terms with the loss of record scorer Gary Bennett, were rescued by Steve Watkin, a player who's enjoying the extra responsibility provided by Bennett's departure. When Peter Ward was upended, he steered home the spot kick. It ended 1-1. Newly promoted Walsall found Ian Hellawell too hot to handle. He won his aerial battle with the home defence to head in Tom Bennett's free kick after just 5 minutes. And then shortly before half-time, he grabbed his second of the game. He couldn't have asked for a better start to the new campaign. Mel Machin worked wonders to maintain Bournemouth's second division status last season, but his team ran out of luck at Bradford. Sub Neil Tolson scrambled home a late chance.
My name is Isidro Díaz.
My name is Jesus Seba.
And my name is Roberto Martinez. We are the Tres Amigos.
And in the summer, they walked spaghetti western style into Wigan town centre. Forget Bergkamp or Ginola, persuading 3 promising players to quit sunny Spain for Lancashire meat pies and hot pot takes some doing. But the trio seem to be settling in.
Muy bueno.
22-year-old Roberto Martinez was Wigan's original target. Chairman Dave Whelan watched him at second division FC Balaguer. But that was just the first stage in an amazing transfer coup for the Wigan chairman.
One of the players in particular I fancied on the day, but he felt that to fetch 1 over would be unfair. So, you know, I mean, he's the man with the money, and he said go ahead with 2, and then we finished up with Sabre as well, who's obviously, his pedigree is, well, his CV or what have you, reads very well. But, you know, I'm glad to have them, and they're glad to be here.
And in their first English League game, it didn't take the Spaniards long to make an impression. Sabre, playing at Real Zaragoza last season, darted forward. Martinez rounded off a wonderful counter-attack. That's why he's already nicknamed the Matador, and why it's now unofficially Wigan Athletico. Graham Barrow's biggest problem on Saturday was the rest of his team, and Gillingham's determination to perform for their new manager, Tony Pulis. Sheer guts got Adrian Foster an equaliser. Wigan opted for an English penalty taker. After Andy Lyon's awful miss, surely Martinez or Sabre will be given even greater responsibilities in the weeks ahead. Because for all their nice touches, the 3 amigos didn't end up with 3 points. Gillingham's winner was scored by Fortune West.
It's different, but Wigan is a good team. Today no lucky, match no good, but the next match Wigan is the very good team.